Way back in 1998, I founded eReleases with the simple goal of allowing small businesses access to a real newswire, something that most Fortune 500 companies already use at an extraordinary price. 19 years later, eReleases is still going strong, and I'm very proud of that. Here's 10 reasons why eReleases should be your trusted partner for press releases. Make sure to wait for the end to learn how new customers can save $130 off their first press release.
Number 1, web-only press releases. Cheap, but any value. Web-based solutions restricted to online visibility, what used to be called press release SEO, are available from dozens of providers. Prices are all over the place, from almost free to up to hundreds of dollars. Google long ago stated that there's no SEO value to syndicated press releases. So why spend money on something with no real value?
Number 2, actual newswires reach real media members. To reach actual journalists, start with an actual newswire. There are two who don't specialize in publicly traded clients, Business Wire and PR Newswire. Next, you need to add a targeted direct-to-journalists email send. A PR firm can do this for you by sending your release over one of these newswires, and then you can use a media database or personal Rolodex for targeted sends. Most PR firms will then take more intensive PR actions to individually pitch media members on your behalf.
We're the only full exposure nationwide partner of PR Newswire, the oldest authentic press release newswire. How is that different? Lots of places try to fake you out by calling themselves a newswire when they aren't. Here's another critical point. PR Newswire is dedicated to sending press releases. Did you know that the Associated Press and UPI newswires use their wires only for content their reporters write? Well, they do. They also have services to send other stuff, but here's the problem. The other material technically gets sent, but it's buried deep where journalists under deadline in newsrooms do not bother to look. That's why we choose to go with the true dedicated wire for press releases.
Number 4, my staff consists of real editors who are on salary, no commissions or sales pressure. How that's different? Other PR services use commissioned salespeople whose job it is to sell and upsell, or they don't eat. Our editors are trained in journalism and they don't have the pressure of commissions. When they give you advice, it is because it is good advice and not a sales tactic.
Lists have a 94% delivery rate to hand-selected journalists covering a wide range of industry niches. How is that different? The sad and little-known truth is that many cut-rate online press release services will send your release using addresses in editor@newspaper.com format. In other words, they have no contact whatsoever at the newspaper, so they send it to a generic address. Of course, it gets spam filtered and never reaches an editor or journalist, but they can claim that they sent your release to the newspaper. Do you see why some of these outfits can charge next to nothing for distributing your press release? They think you'll be happy that the release was sent to lots of places, when the real success comes from the people receiving and reading your release. That's why we cultivate personal relationships with our sources, so your individual release is highly likely to reach their personal inboxes.
Number 6, marketplace confusion. Please note that this is not PRWeb, Newswire.com, 247pressrelease.com, or many similar services which are not newswires. And it is not iReach, which is PR Newswire's web-only service.
Are eReleases prices so much less? Because we act as a cooperative for small businesses which don't do enough volume for the Newswire sales team to engage, we receive a huge discount that we pass along. Any other affordable service that claims to use PR Newswire is either sending through iReach, web only, or doing a city local distribution with very limited reach.
Number 8, our distribution is nationwide. How is that different? Earlier, we talked about how some companies claim they used Newswire, or even that they themselves are newswires, when in fact they did not and are not. Another game they'll play in order to keep their expenses down is to negotiate some limited distribution on a real newswire so they can claim your release went out on the wire. In reality, it was out to a very limited audience, but they don't tell you that. At eReleases, we pay lots of money for special access to the full nationwide distribution of PR Newswire so you get maximum exposure.
Number 9, we send you proof of distribution with links you can test out yourself. Our Wire Watch report. How is that different? Your press release is too important to take someone else's word that it was distributed properly. That's why we don't just tell you that it went out, we give you the links so you can see for yourself. Our Wire Watch reports are available just 2 hours after your press release is published. Just click to see your press release on sites like MarketWatch, PR Newswire, Yahoo, and many, many more.
Number 10, what should I expect? Note, a single press release is not a press release campaign. Some people strike gold with the first press release, especially if the newsworthy factor is high, but that's not the norm. David Meerman Scott points out that he issued more than a dozen press releases to promote his book, The New Rules of Marketing and PR, before attracting attention. And if you're in PR, you know that book eventually did attract a lot of attention. That's not common, though it is tougher for an author to make a splash. Our most successful clients usually see attention by the third or fourth press release, as long as they mix up hooks and angles and try to better understand not just what the journalist wants, but what the ultimate reader wants to read. If you have any questions at all, please contact us. Our editors will answer your questions honestly with zero sales gimmicks. When you're ready to start, make sure to click the link to save $130.